Hey there, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back. I'm your host, PattSun, and today we're gonna be taking a look at r/surviving infidelity, where OP's girlfriend is now begging him not to leave. Let's begin. My girlfriend cheated on me. Posted by Reddit user infamousmost7293.
Please excuse me as English is not my first language. I moved to Europe this May for a job opportunity, and me and girlfriend decided to have long distance. Everything was going good except for a guy in her gym who used to go out of his way to be with her and talk. This was the guy I asked her to not to talk because I could sense something was off about him. During August she had an exam for which she wasn't that prepared and started having anxiety attacks. So to cope up with this she turned to that guy for emotional support instead of coming to me. When the results were declared she couldn't clear the exam and was very sad and felt alone in spite of me trying my best to cheer her up. She decided that she wanted to drink and smoke and hence went with him to a hotel and things escalated and she ended up giving him blowjob. This happened for another 3 times during which she wasn't drunk at all or was under any influence of alcohol or anything. This affair was going on for 3 months during which hid everything about this from me. Yesterday when that gym guy came to me with information about all this, and that is when she told me everything about her affair. Now she is begging me to take her back. I don't know what I should do cause I love her so very much. I couldn't even believe or begin to believe what she has done to me and didn't even think about our 6 years long relationship. I need help guys, please tell me that this gets better. I have been crying the entire day. I couldn't even eat a single bite of food cause I have lost my appetite. TLDR, girlfriend cheated on me for 3 months.
Come on, man. Don't take her back. She sees you as a safety option, but she doesn't respect you. If she did love and respected you, she would have never cheated in the first place. Trust me. Everyone suffers in life, but the first thing you don't do when shit hits the fan is to go and cheat with someone else. You were there for her, but she rejected you because she wanted to be with the other guy. I'm sorry to break it to you, man, but you're just her plan B, and that's all you will ever be in her eyes. If all it took was just one bad exam for her to ruin a 6-year-long relationship, I can't even imagine what she would do if something worse happens in life. OP, kick her to the streets so you can find someone who truly respects and values you. Our second story is from r/relationship advice. My married next-door neighbor is cheating on her husband with at least 2 different guys during the day while he's at work. Posted by Reddit user throwawayf26.
TLDR, can overhear next door neighbor having sex with while her husband is at work and it's starting to drive me mad. Would you do anything if you were in my situation or do your best to ignore it? Me and my boyfriend moved into our place almost 3 years ago, and sometime last year a new couple in their mid-30s moved in directly next door, terraced, 2-level houses, so we share a wall. We both have 2 upstairs bedrooms, and it quickly became apparent that they chose the room that shares a wall with our bedroom as we would often hear them having sex at night. No porn star level moaning or anything like that, but you can easily make out the movement of the bed and slapping of flesh on flesh, so enough to be a distraction. We both found it funny at first, but often they'd be at it in the very early hours of the morning, especially at weekends, and often multiple times back to back with breaks between. It really started to interrupt our sleeping, so we decided just to move rooms, and now our old bedroom is my work from home office. While they were both working from home and I was in my new office room, I'd still hear them at it during the day every now and then, but I'd just put on my headphones and try and ignore it. No big deal and good on them for having such an active sex life. Once the husband went back to office working, I was no longer having to reach for my headphones nearly as often, so thought that would be the end of it. A few weeks after him going back to work, however, the midday sex noises started up again, even more enthusiastic and frequent than before, which was odd as her husband's car was not parked outside. I also noticed a pattern of hearing their doorbell go shortly before the sex started. After going full nosy neighbor mode and peeking through our blinds almost every day, I noticed that a guy was parking his van just up the road, popping in next door for an hour of fun, then heading back out. Not only that, but I've even spotted a different guy turning up every now and then. I've been cheated on before, albeit in a much more casual relationship when I was younger, and think it's one of the most disrespectful and hurtful things someone can do to another person. It makes me so sad for her husband, and hearing her go at it with these guys on an almost daily basis is getting me increasingly annoyed and angry. My boyfriend says I just need to ignore it, and it's not worth getting caught up in these things. I kind of agree, but almost feel like making some kind of anonymous tip-off to let her husband know somehow. What do you guys think? P.S. She was already halfway through her second round with one of the guys this afternoon when I started typing this. First update. Thanks for the wide range of replies, everyone. For those saying mind my own business, I get that to an extent, but it kind of becomes my business when it's distracting me from work on a daily basis. There's been a few times I've had calls while it's been going on, and I just have to pray that the noise canceling from my mic is doing its job and be extra quick on the mute button when I'm not talking. A lot are saying to separate the two issues, which seems like good advice. After all, it's the noise that's impacting me personally. Even if it was her and her husband, that would still be a major annoyance for me. In fact, even though we've moved rooms, we can still hear them most nights and often early morning too. I honestly don't know how she can manage so much sex. Admittedly, the cheating aspect, assuming it's not some kind of open relationship thing they have going on, which seems unlikely, but yes, I suppose it is possible, is adding to my emotional response for sure. But ultimately that's between them, not me. As much as I empathize with the husband, again, assuming he's unaware, I do agree with a lot of the comments here that it's not my place to out her, and not worth being in any way involved with the potential fallout. My boyfriend also shares this view. Reporting to council or police just doesn't seem like an option. I mean, it is, but it would be obvious it was us who complained, and neither of us want to go down that path. I think I will have to try to pluck up the courage and maybe try to bring it up casually the next time I see her on her own and hope for the best. On the bright side, their neighbor on the other side is an older guy who is practically deaf, so if they at least swapped rooms like we did, there's less chance of the other neighbor hearing them at it. Final update. Well, turns out there was a twist after all. After all my moaning, my boyfriend got talking to the guy out the back over the weekend and as sensitively and politely as possible brought up the subject of the noise, and well, long story short, they are adult content creators. Obviously, he never mentioned anything about the guys showing up, but we think it's probably safe to assume he's well aware. The husband was also very apologetic and admitted they were both worried about noise but figured it must not be that bad as we've never mentioned anything all this time, and that they tend not to hear much from us. It turns out the wife is now doing this as her main job and quit her previous job months ago, and they already planned on turning their spare room into her studio, which if happens should mean much less noise for us. Kudos to all of you that called me out for being so presumptuous that she was cheating. Lesson learned not to jump to conclusions.
God damn, the husband is a simp. Look, the reality is, no self-respecting man will ever allow his woman to prostitute herself on the internet. But whatever tickles his balls, I guess. As for the other issue, OP, if you ever find yourself in a situation like this again, please tell the significant other. It may not be your business, that's correct, but it's just the right thing to do. How would you feel if your boyfriend was cheating on you and everyone knows about it except for you? Wouldn't you wish someone had the decency, the respect to tell you before you figure it out anyways? Come on, people, we have got to be better than this. Our third story is from r/true off my chest. My girlfriend kissed a woman and lied to me about her sexuality. Oh great, another one of these, huh? This one is posted by Reddit user Girlfriend Cheat.
I am male and my girlfriend is a lesbian. I knew our relationship was rocky when the frequency of sex went down from twice a week to once a month. She has also been dressing nicer and leaving the house more to hang out with her friends. I found out when one of my best friends saw my girlfriend making out with a woman and he took a picture like a weirdo. He showed it to me thinking it was hot, but it was not hot. I confronted her about it and she finally broke down and told me the truth. She came out to me as a lesbian and said she had trouble coming to terms with her sexuality, and her parents told her that it was a phase and it's dishonoring the family. I just want her to go back to normal. She broke up with me, but maybe her family is right. Maybe it is a phase, or maybe she is making excuses to break up with me. She was very interested in me at the start and seemed to be enjoying the sex, but I'm not even sure. Please just let this be a phase, somehow.
Oh, come on, OP. Don't get back together with your ex-girlfriend who only had sex with you once a month, cheated on you, and is a literal lesbian. Look, I understand that feelings are hard to push past, and love makes it seem impossible to let her go. But dude, you have to. I get that this is a horrible situation. You're upset, you're angry, but you're still in love with her. It's an awful tangle of emotions. But I think you have every right to be angry, every right to be upset because you've been betrayed and lied to for all of these years. But that's in the past, my dude. What you need to do right now is think about yourself. Do what it takes to move on. You will love again. Don't do anything at all that would cost you your self-respect. Do not ever let that go. And now for OP's update.
Update 1. Read my other post for further info because my post will get removed if a link is there. I debated with myself if getting back together with her was worth it, and I realized it wasn't. The relationship was weird. It was very passionate sometimes and very boring at other times. Relationships should be a constant healthy amount of love with a few bumps in the road. Ours just wasn't it. After reading the comments on the original post and doing some research on homosexuality, I realized that you are born that way. All this time I thought it was just some weird phase because my ex's parents are like my parents, except the only reason they didn't disown me is that I followed their own dreams instead of mine. Whenever I see it on TikTok when queer kids say it wasn't a phase, I'd brush it off and call them attention seekers under my breath. Whenever I talk to them about LGBTQ, they shut down the conversation and say that it's a phase. Human biology isn't supposed to work that way, and that humans are wired to feel attraction to the opposite gender. I realized that my parents were cold-hearted bigots who were homophobic, just like my ex's parents. I hate myself and my parents. I realize all along I am a cold-hearted bigot just like my disgusting parents. Update 2. Read my other posts on my profile because my posts get removed if there is a link. To sum it up really quick, my ex had cheated on me with a woman and came out to me as a lesbian. I was hurt and confused and thought it was a phase, but after getting cheated on realized I was a cold-hearted bigot. My ex contacted me recently and she apologized for all of the hurt and pain she has caused me. I still felt a little pain, but I've been going to the gym more often to deal with the hurt. I scroll on Instagram and I see her happy smiling with the woman she cheated on me with. After we hung out at a coffee shop and it was very awkward. I suggested that maybe we can be friends and she agreed. However, due to her past of being a lying scumbag, I will keep her at an arm's length. Because I feel like keeping her distant will be good for me so I don't completely miss out on her.
Friends, really. OP, it doesn't seem like you want her as a friend. Friends don't lie to each other. Friends don't string along their friend. Friends don't cheat on their friend. And friends don't refer to their friend as a lying scumbag. Look, it seems to me that you still have romantic feelings for her, and you're trying to be friends with her because of that. You're still trying to tap it. It's not gonna happen, dude. She's lesbian. She's not attracted to you. She doesn't want the D. Alright, stop it. Just go no contact. It's gonna be healthier for you in the long run. Just go your separate ways. Also, OP, I definitely suggest that you go to therapy. Talk about all of the trauma that you have suffered throughout this relationship so you can be the best version of yourself for the eventual next girlfriend. Just make sure that the next girl you're gonna be with actually likes eggplants, not oysters. Alright? Alright. Good luck, OP. Viewer support is the best way for me to remain independent and continue bringing you these daily videos, which will always be here on my YouTube channel for you to watch absolutely free. So consider clicking that super thanks just below the video title, or you can use my PayPal in the description box down below. Thanks for listening, everyone. If you even somewhat enjoyed today's story, make sure to give this video a thumbs up, and if you really like it, make sure to subscribe to PattSun to never miss a future upload. Stay strong.